Hi, I'm Brittany, and welcome to Proverbs Study. So today we are in Proverbs 4. I'm going to actually go back and observe this contrast. So this is verse 17, verse 18, and verse 19 that I'm going to go over today. And I'm actually going to show you. So this is the King James Version, verse 17. Proverbs 4:17 says, "For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as the shining light, that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble." So I wanted to go back to 17 because this is interesting how it says they eat the bread of wickedness. So we talked about in the last video how to identify when a person, an organization, a company is wicked, right? And then what to do once we identify them. And we needed to have the understanding from God of the extent to which they are wicked. So it says, "For they sleep not, except they have done mischief," right? Their sleep is taken away unless they cause someone to fall. So this is how committed they are to committing wickedness. And then it says, "For they eat the bread of wickedness." It's so interesting that "eat the bread" is what the phrase that was used here is, because bread is used for nourishment. Eating is used for nourishment. It's used to fill you up. And if you're eating the bread of something, that means you're using what you're eating to fill you up and to give you nourishment. So this also identifies the extent of their wickedness. And we need to know the extent so that we understand why we need to avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. Then it says, "And drink the wine of violence." Now, wine also has health benefits. It's used for nourishment, but it's also used to comfort and kind of lull you to sleep in a way. It gives you a comfort that makes you kind of just rest, and you get inebriated to the point where you forget everything. And so if they're drinking the wine of violence, that means they're doing so much violence that it's not only just pleasurable to them, but it gives them this feeling, and I would even call it a lustful feeling of comfort, so that they eventually don't see anything but violence, because that's what wine does. It comforts you to the point where you don't see anything but the comfort that leads you to sleep. So they're so focused in on this violence that they're drinking it. It's comforting to them. And then the wickedness, they're eating the bread. It's nourishing to them. So that is important to identify in this contrast. So verse 18, here comes the contrast. "But the path of the just," the path of the just. So in verse 14, just got finished telling us, "Enter not into the path of the wicked," right? Don't go into the path of the wicked. Do not go in the way of evil men, but the path of the just, right? And it tells you why. Now, the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. What is that perfect day? The day when Jesus comes back and corrects everything, right? Darkness is destroyed. We see our King. We go to be with him. All of that, right? The dead in Christ shall rise first. We who are alive and remain shall be caught up in heaven to meet the Lord in the clouds meet him in the air, right? All of that. That's the perfect day. And this path of the just is as the shining light. That means if you decide to go on the path of the just instead of the wicked or the evil man, right? Your path is going to be just like a shining light. And you're going to, the path is going to get brighter and brighter and brighter until the day that Jesus comes back. This is the comforting part of this contrast, right? This is why I love the book of Proverbs, because it's always going to give you a balance. You're always going to see, you're going to get an admonishment telling you what not to do. Then you're going to see why you shouldn't do it. Then you're going to see the benefits of doing the opposite of what it told you not to do, right? Which is so pleasurable to read. This is why I love studying this. Then, going back to that contrast in the other direction, verse 19, the way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. They don't even know what they're stumbling on. The way of the wicked, right? So this is the way that we weren't supposed to enter, back in verse 14. That the way that the wicked have chosen and the way of the evil man is as darkness. It's darkness, but the path of the just is a shining light. But the way of the wicked is darkness. It's just like darkness. Because, why is it like darkness? They don't know what they're stumbling on. They don't even know that they've chosen this path. I think that they've done this great thing to succeed in the world, or to benefit at other people's expense, or to, do this sly deal, to, trick some people, or to lie to some people, and, get all this benefits that are given by the world. But they don't even know, just like in Proverbs 2 and Proverbs 3, they don't even know that the pit that they're digging for themselves, the pit that they're digging for other people, they're actually digging it for themselves, as we learned in Proverbs 1. They don't know that that pit is slippery and they're going to get stuck in it. And they don't even know that the wickedness is actually going to overtake them. The same methods by which they are choosing to be wicked, those same methods are actually going to overtake them. This is why we do not follow in the way of the wicked. It doesn't matter who it is. If they have chosen a wicked path, nobody is above reproach. Nobody is above correction. So when we see someone, it could be our favorite movie star, our favorite celebrity, it doesn't matter who it is. When we see them walking in the path of the wicked, pray. If the Lord leads you to, pray for them. Because they don't even know what they're stumbling on, because their way is just like darkness. So hope this admonishes you and helps you to move forward in a wise way today. Let me know if it was helpful in the comments. I love hearing from you. Thanks for watching.